picking the mech mage into the ramp druid. So it's like kind of different viewpoints of this matchup, right? Like me and you, Admirable, I actually prefer the ramp druid in this matchup, but you think the mech mage is just a bit better.
That not only that, but he's also got the copies of Mirror Entity.
You're right. But of course, ramp druid have zombie chow to actually heal themselves. Like the worst feeling in the world is your mirror entity actually heals them for 5, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like ramp druid has the necessary tools to deal with this board. Oh, turn 1 zombie chow. Hello. Welcome to Zombie Town.
Yeah, he's also got the mind control tech, and he's got a copy of Wrath too. So.
Oh! Are we gonna see the mind control tech on the Dr. Broom again?
Gosh, for Lifecoach's sake, I hope not. But for the tournament and my entertainment's sake, I'm gonna say yes.
For your entertainment, oh man! I'm sure a lot of people agree with you in chat though. For their entertainment as well. Well, we'll definitely have to keep that in mind. But for now, Lifecoach has to think whether he wants to coin a mad scientist or wants to coin a mech warper or wants to do something else entirely.
This is pretty tough. I think I would tend to coin mad scientist here.
Yeah, I mean, get it out as soon as possible. You don't want to. But then once again, he's only drawing that 1 copy of Mirror Entity, right? So as soon as he draws it, the mad scientist stream is over, right? It's just dead. So better use it before you can't. Alright.
Strifecro goes to their zombie chow. Yeah, Lifecoach would have been really sad there.
Mm-hmm. So, well, this is a pretty annoying hand for Strifecro, if anything, right? 2 swipes is definitely not really what you want to see.
I don't necessarily think it's what you don't want to see.
All right.
It's like, I think he would rather see other things, but yeah, I think he's okay with swiping. It's going to help him extend the duration of the game.
Right.
So that he could just play big fat minions.
Kind of reminds me of Shadow Bolt when Hanlock did run that card. It's just to like, drag it on a little bit more.
I'm curious what he chose here. It looks like to me like, wow, that's really, really strange.
Just kill it off like that?
Yeah, like why wouldn't he just use? Why wouldn't he just attack it?
And just hero power?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with this way, he can actually kill this mech warper off without. Oh, wait a minute.
Remember, he could have killed the mech warper off the other way too. He could have just.
What you mean? You mean the mad scientist?
He could have attacked the mad scientist, and then and then he can just do the exact same thing with the zombie child. He can just attack this in hero power.
Well, yeah, but then at the same time, your opponent can just hero power it down, and then you have nothing, right? And then they still have a secret. So I guess it's like a tempo thing. Over here, like the problem with the shade being mirror entity is that your opponent's shade goes first, right? So they get like extra value. And of course, if you do play the shade here, then you're not gonna kill the mech warper, and that is a huge problem.
I think you definitely play the shade here, and
really?
If they play another minion after this, like you could just fight for the board. He's got 2 copies of swipe in his hand.
Oh wow! Strifecro's choosing not to do that. Mech warper is actually dangerous enough to warrant a kill here with the hero power. I actually do agree with that. You never know that sometimes they just drop like Spider Tank and like Chugga, and then you're left with 3 minions that are really strong.
Wow.
It's hard to deal with.
An instant turn from Lifecoach.
Yeah, I mean that was obvious, and he actually didn't bluff anything, which is cool.
I suspect Wild Growth hero power now.
I suspect that too. I think that's very, very strong.
Before, I'm curious if he would actually pop this Mirror Entity or not, though, because that was the same problem we saw Deathlord have. He didn't pop Mirror Entity, and I was like, well, you're going to have to do this eventually. You can't just win without playing cards. And then he didn't win without playing cards.
Yeah. Well, I guess you also really want to proc the zombie chow off the mirror entity, right? I just don't think you want to use the shade. The funny thing is, actually, the mirror entity might become a negative thing because if Lifecoach ever has 3 minions, Strifecro could just force another minion on his board and just MC Tech, right? So I
Right.
guess MC Tech is kind of like a soft counter to Mirrority.
Oh, Archmage gets drawn.
Not quite what you want to see right now, I guess. Swipe seems pretty good here. Scenarios does not seem pretty good here.
Swipe's not even really that good here. It just starts to get something done. This might be a turn where actually he plays Shade and Extramus, I think.
No, really? Do you really ignore the potential of MC Tech with another minion drop?
Oh, he's gonna swipe instead.
Yeah, I think swiping is correct.
He's got to find a way to make ground on this. And this is why I don't understand why he didn't pop the like if he just would have popped the Mirror Edge earlier, he wouldn't ever have this problem again.
Really?
Like your opponent would have a Shade that's growing.
The Shade that's growing is actually a big problem with Druids, right? I mean, innovate Shade is actually very, very annoying for Druids to deal with. Like, I mean, here, wouldn't you just play the Shade here and play the?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what's going to end up happening. So this, I think, this mind control text is really important now.
So I think actually Strifecro played this super well. You know, just like not proc that mirror as soon as he can. And
oh my gosh, what if he takes the Shade?
What if he takes a Shredder?
Oh!
Strifecro uses mirror entity on himself. That was pretty insane.
Wow. He's got a pretty big board all of a sudden here, too. And
wow.
Lifecoach is stuck with 2 7-drops in his hand.
Oh,
and actually
what a turnaround.
Yeah, this is, wow, this is brutal.
Oh my god.
I wonder.
2 Shades that are going to start growing. And once again, mech mages are not running AoEs just for consistency issues. So...
All right. I'm gonna take back what I said about this mirror edge, these shenanigans. I'm gonna take two shades, Strifecro, 2 shades.
Oh, you get it? 2 shades. You know when they make those words and then they put on shades and then go like hell yeah, or yeah, or something like that, right? That's like an internet meme, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I was thinking more of the French, the touche, like when they're dueling. And it's on guard and the fencing.
Okay.
When you get touched by the dueling, you say touche.
I'm not following.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna
Strifecro gonna follow the 16.
Under Admirable's weird folder. Okay, I'm gonna file that there.
Well, I'm gonna watch chat when this happens and see what ends up going up.
5 also gonna come here for temple play, and Strifecro needs a little bit of help here actually.
The second swipe is okay.
Swiping a Shredder here doesn't seem that bad, right? Because if you swipe it and you take up the Enoratron, the Cogmaster does turn back to 1 attack, so you can hero power down safely, and of course use the Shade to kill something else as well.
Sure. It depends on what pops out of the Shredder.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of mechs that are 2 mana. That's for sure.
Yep.
A lot. But I still think that's the play. Do you wanna? You can't keep the Shredder alive because otherwise the buff is like keeping the Cogmaster really, really strong. You do not want to take any more damage in this matchup. But oh man.
Yeah, I was just about to mention I don't mind playing just Druid of the Claw here, and like hero powering the Enoratron and start punching stuff. Because you're heading into turn 7, your opponent didn't do anything on turn 6, so I think you assume at this point he has like Dr. Boom in his hand.
Okay.
So Enoratron's gonna fall, and then I imagine the Galvin, the 2/3 slippery bogle or whatever I don't even know what the card's called. Slippery bogle. Okay, I'm gonna keep calling him Slippery Bogle.
Slippery.
He kills that one. So if Lifecoach wants to kill his Shade this turn, he's actually not able to play the Dr. Boom, which I'm pretty sure Strifecro's reading said he got something like Dr. Boom in his hand.
Oh, and this is really setting up for a good scenarios turn next turn as well. Wow, so this is actually really. It's like watching an artist paint a masterpiece, really, right? Just navigating through the field, and oh wow, Lifecoach is forced to play the TTT instead, and gets the worst spare part possible.
Yeah, that one's definitely not good right now.
Man, when you put an Antonitis down, you want the Antonitis to stick on the board. You don't want it to just, Do nothing.
Oh.
Oh. You know what? That's actually bad. Because you actually have an issue. You actually have a rewinder target now, right? Yeah.
Oh gosh. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. It actually isn't that bad.
Yeah. It's not that bad. It actually makes the spare part actually do nothing, right? And usually spare parts kind of do nothing. Mech Mages wants to make the spare part just into a fireball, right? And not lose tempo as well. So, yeah, I guess it's not that bad. Shay gonna hit the dome here, and oh man, do you just use the boom here?
Oh, this is looking really tough. I mean, this is a lot of damage he's facing, and Strifecro also has Azure Drake Swipe next turn.
Oh boy. Huh.
I wonder.
Dr. Boom it is.
Yeah. So Strifecro actually going to be able to kill both Dr. Boom and the Tinkertown Technician too.
Right, of course. But it just depends on how he does around things, right? I mean, the Boombots obviously, make some counting issues a little bit more awkward. But yeah, it's just problem solving and playing because it has such a wide range of damage, like 1 to 4, right? That's a 400% increase. You just need to play till most of the things happening, right? You can't play with all the results.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go with Dr. Boom here. All right, so 2 trees into Dr. Boom. Azure Drake comes down. Swipe on Dr. Boom. Prior to the swipe on Dr. Boom, 10 damage to face.
Good plan. Good plan. Zombie Chow also. You can also play Zombie Chow first and soak up some bomb damages on that instead, right? I mean, healing your opponent for 5 right now doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. And attack first. There you go.
Yeah, that's an important one.
Backfire.
That's an important one.
Clock. Lifecoach's board has just got decimated. Boombot. Oh wow, the Zombie Chow does soak an attack. It's exactly what Strifecro wanted.
Gosh, and this position looks so brutal now for Lifecoach. How on earth does he get out of this?
Power of Ramp Druid. Let me tell you, the power of MC Tech, really.
Yeah,
right?
MC Tech I think is basically won this game.
Yeah, that won the game.
What to do?
Right? Basically, what MC Tech did was disable a secret, and it was a 3/3 to summon the 2/2 Shade. That is actually insane. Oh my lord. Who needs to play Kazan Mystic when MC Tech just does it anyways, right? Why would you play a 4-mana 4/3 when you can play a 3-mana 3/3 and achieve the same thing?
Yeah. The 3-mana 3/2 does more than Kazan Mystic does.
Yeah. Alright. And activates it immediately too, right? The secret doesn't need to turn. Oh boy. Lifecoach is definitely on the pickle here.
Getting an Ancient Watcher out of the Pilot Shredder just like insult to injury.
Yeah. You require my assistance?
This is the play he's got, but it's just gonna get checked immediately.
Oh man. Rewinding the Ancient Watcher.
6-11. He's facing down 15. He's facing down 16 points of damage. So Strifecro actually gonna have to put some damage into this Archmage first.
Yeah, that's right, because it is 1 damage off of lethal.
Maybe that Zombie Chow was a bad choice.
Oh shoot, you're right. Maybe. Oh man, in hindsight.
Uproot or Riot.
Uproot or Riot? I mean, $2,500 on the line. Maybe Strifecro doesn't mind the Riot. Oh man. So yep, thinking of trading here, which is it's pretty good. And of course, Strifecro's looking at a 2-turn setup for lethal. So whatever he does here, as long as he has lethal next turn, it's a good move, right?
Yeah, I like that he's not choosing to use the Shade in his life total as a resource here. It's so unnecessary right now. You're about to have about 16 million health worth of minions on the board.
Of course.
And you're putting your opponent at a very low life total, where the other way you put yourself in range of 2 fireballs.
Right, of course. And whoa!
Yeah, that would be really weird.
That would be super weird.
Uproot or Riot.
Oh!
Oh!
You ballsy man. Oh my god. Wait, why is Strifecro leaning back?
Looks distraught. I think he actually misclicked it.
Did you misclick it? No, like if I misclick something like that, I would pretend I knew what I was doing, you know?
Well, Strifecro has made my day.
Oh man, he heard you. Oh man. He looks pretty distraught. Like yeah, he looks like, you know, I didn't really want to do that.
Well, he's got the game in the bag now. Wait a minute. Wait, whoa, Strifecro. Strifecro.
Yeah.
Hang
Calm
on.
down.
Hang on, bro.
Yo.
Oh,
Strifecro? No.
what? Strifecro?
I have no.
No! What is happening?
Strifecro misses lethal, and this game is going to extend. I don't think there's any circumstance where it matters. But my goodness, you do not see this very often from him. I have to believe that his misclick from last turn, like, has like temporarily blinded him for a moment. Like, and he's like, I can't believe I misclicked. How could I have done that? I never misclick like that. What am I doing?
Yeah, I think it's showing on his face too. Oh my god. What?
Yeah, it's still not going to matter though. There's just no way.
Not gonna matter here.
Yes.
No.
He's actually going to fireball himself. Oh, it looked like he put it in himself.
Please.
Yeah.
Well played.
Strifecro ends it. Uprooted Ancient of War. You do not see that very often. Strifecro delivers. You guys got to stop rioting, by the way. You have to quit. You have to stop. He uprooted. That's it.
Strifecro's the man, guys. Strifecro's the man.
Just knew.
Yeah. Wow. That was interesting. The last two turns, definitely. But I mean, still, analyzing the game, it was still MC Tech that got Strifecro to win, and holding it along with the shade because he knows it's a mirror entity. It just did him wonders.
Yeah.
So let's not have that misclick. Dumb that away down that play. That was amazing.
Wow. That was unbelievable. So looking at the matchups now, Strifecro, he's got 2 more games to win versus Lifecoach having 4 games to win. What on earth do you queue up versus this Druid? Versus the Druid deck. I gotta believe he's going with Paladin.
Paladin is pretty good because, you know, Outdoor Peacekeeper, Black Knight. But hey, whoa, 1 second. Lifecoach is only running. He's not running Black Knight at all, right? No, he's running Sky Golems instead. 2 Sky Golems, 2 Quartermasters, 2 Lay on Hands. Does that do well against the Ramp Druid?
I would still think it does, and really the reason is much less about whether or not he has Black Knight and much more just about how the cards line up in the matchup. Like Lay on Hands is just so powerful because it keeps your gas going. Your early minions are a little bit better. 2 copies of Quartermaster means that you have multiple ways on turn 8 to get just a tremendous amount of board presence.
Right.
I would tend to favor Paladin in this matchup, and I think one of the bigger telltale parts is Outdoor Peacekeeper and how much of a difference it makes when it starts coming to minion combat.
I guess so. So then according to our analysis, then Paladin is gonna come out, right?
I would think so. I think Paladin is a great choice here. I don't have a problem with him queuing up Druid either, though.
And what?
Wow, this is an open hand. My gosh.
Yeah, this is fine. I can work with this.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, if I could pick 3 or 4 cards I wanted, I'd probably pick 3 or 4 of these.
3 or 4 zombie chows? Sign me up. Oh my god. And of course, look at Lifecoach's hand.
Yeah, it's definitely not stellar at the moment.
No, not stellar is definitely an understatement. Very, very understatement. Oh man.
Wow, Strifecro just keeps the entire thing.
Oh
my gosh. Lifecoach's mulligan is absolutely terrible at the moment.
Someone fetch me a vomit bucket right now.
Wow, he actually might die to 2 zombie chows.
That is like, there has to be an achievement in the game for that. Just kill your opponent with
Look
2
at his
zombies.
hand. If he doesn't draw some gas, he's just done.
That is just terrible right now. Like, terrible.
Oh, okay. He picks up a Sludge Belcher, so he's not going to die to 2 Zombie Chows, thankfully.
Right. Okay. Shade as well, but oh man, the Wild Growth does look pretty yummy right now.
Yeah, I would definitely be Wild Growthing here.
I mean, Wild Growth into a Shade plus Zombie Chow, that's pretty cool. I guess it does get punished by Pyromancer. No, it does get punished by Consecration though. So do you want to risk that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Wild Growth is just that good. I can see merits to turn to Shade next round. Like you said, Consecrate is a really good reason to play Shade if you're going to do it.
I guess that makes sense.
What to do?
Oh, Strifecro really thinking out of his options here. I think he wants to like really take his time, right? Because of this of his last Ancient of War shenanigan there.
Yeah. Wow, he's actually going to go with Shade here too. I'm a little bit surprised, but...
Well, I mean, next turn you get also Wild Growth and Zombie Chow, right? So this play actually makes the Shade go 1 turn faster.
I think
and
that's
actually, I think it's a better play. Frankly.
Ooh, Lifecoach gets Muster for battle.
Okay. That's not bad.
So able to start finally fighting through this Zombie Chow.
Senjin. That's a pretty good card. But I guess Wild Growth and Zombie Chow is the play. Does seem pretty good, although unless Strifecro wants to use the hero power and actually play on curve for the rest of the game. It might be a thing, right?
Well, I don't honestly, it doesn't feel that bad to me to not play the Wild Growth at this point. Like, you've chosen to forego it right now, and if you don't keep the tokens in check, he's going to get a lot of Quartermaster value. So 2 things you want to be doing. Number 1, you want to be fighting against the tokens so that they don't get out of control. And then number 2, if this matchup is going to go long, as I imagine Strifecro anticipates it will, it might make more sense to hold on to Wild Growth and try to draw a card from it to make sure he takes 2 of his key cards.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. So, Lifecoach here. I mean, look at his hand. It's just gonna be like a hero power.
It's pretty awful right now.
But
That's
hey,
for sure.
it looks like a Ramp Druid's hand too, so maybe late game it's gonna start doing some work. But it's actually Strifecro with the board control here, which is not something you see every day.
Yep. I'm gonna guess Dingo's coming down. Do you kill the golden token or the non-golden token?
Is okay. Then oh
wow, and now he's gonna Wild Growth. All right, so I don't know. I don't know anymore. Like, this is just this. We did get a mention that.
Okay. Here's my analysis. Strifecro just wants to utilize the hero power as much as he can to keep the tokens in check. That's all. Okay, that's all.
That seems like a good plan too.
Wow, Quartermaster down here, of course. No tokens here to buff. He's just gonna play a picture here. That's really much the only play. And look at the Shade. He's growing really healthy. Take this out in 1 hit.
He's a big kid now.
I'm a big kid now.
Yep. Nailed it. I've made about like 8 references like that this entire weekend. It's the first one you've just picked right up and you're like, yes. And I was like, yeah.
All right, good. Finally, we're in tune. So
we got it.
What do you do here at Strifecro? Do you just, wrap for a card, or do you just play? Do you really just play Draw the Claw and Taunt and just pass? Like, I think that's fine.
I mean, it seems okay. I'm okay with Dingo and hero power though. So, like you just said, you just mentioned he wants to hero power as much as he can. So that line is very consistent with that.
Okay. Ooh. Muster. The second Muster is quite important because now Quartermaster actually has something to do. At 6 mana, you don't really have too much to do, I guess. So,
I mean, he basically has nothing to do on this 6 mana. This is ugly. Like, do you want to Aldor Peacekeeper a Shade and Axramas? I mean, yes, but no.
No.
You just described my thoughts exactly.
Yeah, like, you really want to pacify something that keeps on growing. No, that's kind of weird. Oh.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, Lifecoach is running 2 equality, so I guess he can just throw one away like this. It doesn't really matter, right? That's okay.
Keeps the tokens going too.
Yeah, just wants to clear the board. And oh, swipe value.
Not even necessarily swiping. I think he's going to swipe, but doesn't necessarily have to.
Doesn't have to, but does want to kill some of these creatures and also establish the board at the same time. I guess the sword doesn't really establish, right? So do you want to just charge through your claw and then just kill them with the hero power, for example?
I'm okay with charging it, but I think I'm a little bit more comfortable taunting it.
Okay, just for more health, and of course your opponent just using equality, right?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. If Strifecro is actually paying attention, he might know that Lifecoach is not playing Black Knight at all. Haven't seen it, and
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I still think I would tend to favor the swipe. It's just like when your opponent muster for battles there, it's like it's just so strong. And you're like, can I really let him do this? But man, Lifecoach is going to have some great turns going forward. Dr. Balance certain to hit the board this turn.
That's
and
right.
Strifecro has got his work cut out for him if he wants to get past this.
Oh, that's not a bad card. Ancient of Lore into Innervate BGH. That's pretty sweet. I can't imagine that would be a bad thing. I mean, throwing down KT right now, obviously, it's kind of anti-value, and Drill the Claw really doesn't do too. I mean, okay, sure, you can Drill the Claw and charge it and raff it, but I mean, do you really want to do that? It seems pretty bad. So Ancient of Lore does come down here. That's one of them. Oh.
I was just like watching. I was like, if you call this one, I may just leave. Yeah. I was just like, all right, well, I'm worthless because Amaz can tell the future, so I'm out of here.
Oh man, I wouldn't even want my future told. If there was actually someone to do it.
It depends on what my future is. Like if my future is like you live a very average life and stay at home and don't really do anything and you're just very normal and boring and eventually you die. I'm like, oh, that sucks. But like, I don't know, if there was someone's like, you're going on a skydiving adventure in 6 months, I'm like, yeah. Like I would want that future to be told.
Well done. Okay, that's a thing. All right, Lifecoach is thinking about an 8-drop here. But I guess no. I mean, if you play the Kel'Thuzad, it's kind of like the second Dr. Boom, right?
I definitely don't think he needs the Kel'Thuzad. It looks like just Pilot Shredder.
No.
I'm sorry, Pilot Schedule.
Play the Kel'Thuzad as a second Dr. Boom because it summons the Boombots again.
Then you're open to Mind Control tech.
But it's a Dr. Boom.
Oh, he's doing it.
It's a Dr. Boom number 2.
6/8 Dr. Boom. And wow, Strifecro just has nothing to handle this board position, and he's just getting. What happened this game? How did this snowball so hard to this point?
It's because of the equality clear, and then Strifecro needed to swipe the dudes and didn't establish anything. Dr. Boom came out, and literally there's no answer for Dr. Boom. And once again, if you don't deal with Dr. Boom to turn its put down, bad things start to happen. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be raffing for 1 on the KT if he's going to start with raff. I don't even know what he's looking for. What is he looking for?
Mind Control tech.
Oh! Jaw dropped. Okay. Man, if Struggle drops Mind Control tech, he can actually come back to this game immediately. No, that's not it. Well, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, 5/10 seems okay.
This kind of sucks. Oh man,
None of these are okay. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
these are not okay. This is not okay.
No, this is definitely not. Sinara says 8 health, so I mean, it doesn't die.
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's just so much available for Lifecoach right now.
Yeah. This is definitely a board you don't want to see. Bomb.
Oh, there's one Boombot good.
Yep, bomb kills that.
Oh,
wow.
both the Boombots on point.
Now, do you deal with this scenarios, or do you want to hit for 14 damages?
Gosh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can just Outlaw Peacekeeper and not really worry too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you die to combo. Like, is he thinking about combo? That's what I want to know.
Well, are you? I mean, you played this matchup so much that you basically know that Strifecro is not playing combo. Are you come on? Right, come on.
I mean, you have to know that.
Yeah, you have to.
He played Zombie Chows.
It's a thing. You have to know.
It's just a thing.
All right.
Oh, he is going to kill it, though.
Okay.
It's got to be Piloted Sky Golem.
All right, 2 boom bots come back again. This is a Dr. Boom that just keeps on Dr. Booming. And
Oh, gosh.
oh man, I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been it for a while now. It's a matter of going through the motions. Strifecro had about one turn to get a mind control tech, hope for a miracle, and get some stuff done.
But no miracle today, my friend. Yeah. This kind of sucks. Well, we played Sylvanas a turn earlier. Would it have changed something?
I don't know. I don't think so. He actually just did when he just died.
He would maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
What can he nab off of that? I don't know. I guess that was like his only hope. Is he was like, maybe there's something. Maybe it'll bug and summon 2 Doomsayers, and that'll be the 4-drop. Lifecoach going to take game 3 or game 2 in this so far.
It's
Strifecro.
It's basically 1-2. Let's just say it like that. Yeah. So Strifecro is having a 1-game lead, and of course, if we go back to the deck selection screen right now, Strifecro's Druid is for now X, but of course, Strifecro does have a revive that he can use anytime. So, for example, he can use the Druid right now. But of course, if you have more decks that are eliminated, you get to choose which deck you can actually revive. So, there's a extra thing you want to do to that.
Yeah, I gotta believe that Strifecro's gonna go with Mech Mage here. It's just been like an absolute terror for Paladin all tournament long, and I mean, it's got to be the choice. It's just so good versus Paladin. The coup is gone. It's like his decks are all lined up to be able to do this, and it's just Mech Mage is just the choice. All
right then, Mech Mage it is. I mean, I think Mech Mage also does really, really well against this Paladin deck, right? You have 2 Lay on Hands and 2 Pilot Sky Golems, right? And 2 Equalities. That's like very, very clunky, and that's not exactly what you want to do against Mech Mage. Paladin deck that does well against Mech Mage is one that utilizes Zombie Chows, you know? So, yeah, I think Mech Mage is the pick here. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just so good. 2 Lay on Hands. I mean, how do you come back when you have 2 Lay on Hands? Like, especially, like imagine if he had the opening hand that Lifecoach had that game, right? But he had it. He had it versus Mech Mage. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a thing, huh?
It just wouldn't be winnable.
Actually, you know what? That's very funny. Lifecoach actually won that game.
He was playing against Ramp Druid. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, just have a lot of time to play. I mean, he looked really disappointed then, but then it's actually really good because Dr. Boom into KT is like insane.
Just too good. Like, what? It's versus Ramp Druid. It was just the slowest thing in the world.
It's
like Zombie Chows are my start, and 14 hero powers.
14 hero powers indeed. Maybe even more than that. But there you go. We predicted correctly. Clockwork Gnome is going to be the 1-drop of choice for Strifecro here. And of course, if you can read cards backwards, then you know that there are 2 Sky Golems right now, and 1 Shredder, and
I think it was a Tyrion, by the way, not 2 Sky Golems. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I just read a 6 attack and I assumed, honestly, not bad. Cogmaster is a pretty decent start, more decent than the Clockwork Gnome for sure. And now, well, Lifecoach actually is a Pyromancer. Can you do any Pyromancer shenanigans, actually?
Not right now, I don't think he can, but in the future, it seems like a reasonable possibility. It looks to me like Mech Warper is Strifecro's best draw. 2 Clockwork Gnomes is certainly not bad, but this looks like it's going to get a Wild Pyromancer coin.
Oh man, Wild Pyromancer coin, that's not a bad move at all. But you do make your opponent use the coin, so it's a thing. Oh, choosing not to. Interesting.
Wow, Strifecro actually doesn't have a play either.
Nope, that's a whiff, and that's a ping. That's what happens when you whiff. You ping. 20 life
Wow,
left.
just look. Oh gosh, it's so much damage.
It is
Oh,
big.
Muster for battle gets drawn.
However, Muster does not actually kill off the Cogmaster here. Not even kill off its buff. So, yeah. Double Mechanical Yeti and Strifecro stack. Actually, that's pretty interesting, right?
I like Mechanical Yeti a lot. It's just a strong body.
Yeah, but then now you're paying 6 4-drops. And the curve is like really weird. Like usually decks mech mages right now do only play like 1 or 4-drop just to make it the 5 4-drops. Like that's kind of like the magical thing where you just don't draw dead, I guess. Just like imagine if one of the mechanical heroes was like a Harvest Golem, right? But I guess Strifecro feels like that the 5 health is actually really important. So it's an interesting sub.
Just punching him. I think what he's really trying to do is take advantage of the fact when he has stuff like turn 2 Mech Warper that lives, and then he can play like a turn 3 Mechanical Yeti or Piloted Shredder. I think it's really he's looking for like those bread and butter turns.
Right, especially in the Paladin matchup. Right? Oh wow, just coin a consequence.
I was just about to touch on this. Is like all of his plays at this point seem like they're so just not good anymore.
Okay.
So 2 cogs getting picked up. And these could be a little
Pack
bit.
and freeze, not the worst pickups ever. Shredder.
Yep. In my experience, Shredder is just better than Yeti.
Why is that?
It doesn't give your opponent a cog is the first one, but the second one is it's actually a little bit more difficult to kill.
Well, I mean, if Lifecoach had a sort of just a truce over, right? It could have killed the first part of this body, and the Yeti wouldn't have died. So there's still a little bit of difference, that's for sure. But the cog definitely is one of the better reasons, if anything.
Lifecoach going really deep into the tank here. I don't know if I like Piloted Shredder more than I like Aldor Peacekeeper, honestly.
Sure, I guess. But if you is he thinking about the Aldor here? But because there are definitely more minions that he can Aldor later. With the Pyromancer down here. Nope.
No, I mean, he's got to go Shredder, but man, Strifeco's got such a good turn against this. Oh, and he draws a second Shredder too.
2 Shredders, 2 Yetis, 2 Blast Mages.
I mean, you got to use the coolant here, right? You know what? I would like to see him play a Mechanical Yeti here, because if he runs into a Sludge Belcher, he can use Whirling Blades and not have to drop his entire body from it.
Interesting assessment. Oh, he agrees with you. All right. And the Whirling Blades here, the emergency cooler here does seem pretty good here. So 4 more damage to Lifecoach's dome. And
second Eldar Peacekeeper. But he's not doing like a perfect job at just fighting back against everything. He's going to take 5-6 more damage this turn.
Yeah. And of course, once you're below the 15 damage or even the 12 damage threshold, you start to panic a little bit, right?
Yeah, and Strifecro's not slowing down at all. I mean, his hand is gas. He's going to keep going.
Yeah. The Pyromancer is forced to come down here for some semblance of a temple. Think about it. Yep. Pyromancer has to come down here. And
second Frostbolt gets picked up.
Wow. Well, here, multiple plays are opened. I mean, how dangerous is a Pyromancer here?
Well, in the event of something like equality, it's not, it's not too, it's it's really not that bad, honestly. Like I think Strifecro's just, does he? The bigger threat here is Pyromancer a threat, or is 2 damage that valuable right now? That's really the distinction he needs to make. It's much less, I think, about the Pyromancer itself and much more about how much the 2 damage is worth.
What 2 damage? Where are you finding 2 damage?
Well, if he puts a Yeti and the hero power into the wild Pyromancer, that's 2 damage because he has to play the Shredder this turn. So yeah, he's gonna use his 2 damage on this wild Pyromancer instead.
Well, I mean, Fireball does also end the game, so I think that's perfectly fine. Edging ever so much the closer to Lifecoach's lay on Hearthstone, so I guess his strategy is just to survive until then. Man, all these Shredders are making me very uneasy. There's gonna be a lot of 2-drops that are popping out.
Right? Something random's gonna happen.
Something random is bound to happen. What if the Shredder hits the Shredder, and then, for example, 2 Mana Raves come out? Or 2 Narubars come out, Those are the ones that are just weird. 2 Sheeps, 1 Doomsayer or 1 Ghoul, Those all 2-drops mess the game up so much, let me tell you. The most confusing ones are 2-drops.
Let me think.
Suddenly you have Light Wells and your opponent needs to Fireball Light Well.
Oh gosh. That was a brutal one.
Now I know why Lifecoach takes so long. He's actually going through all the permutations of the Shredder. Yep. Heard it first. And he decides, but yep, permutation is fine with Mistress of Pain and the Fairy Dragon.
These are weird decks. Why did he get a Mistress of Pain in his mage deck? And
I can easily.
Yeah, so his board's just going to get developed really heavily, and oh my gosh, if he gets reversing switch.
Oh, 4, 5 plus 6 plus 1? That's lethal!
1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. He's 1 point off right now. He's only got 7. Oh no, he's got enough mana to do it. Never mind. Oh yeah, this is lethal. I was counting the Frostbolts as 3 mana for some reason.
No. Are you living in the beta where Frostbolt was 3 mana?
Yeah, that's why.
And Strifecro needs to see this one.
Oh, he's counting it too. You can see right away that he's counting it. Straight up, reversing switch on Mistress of Pain, and wow!
Oh, he was back to full health as well. That is perfect victory.
What a way to end the game!
Look at Lifecoach's face. It looks like a pancake.
Oh my gosh! Strifecro gonna take a 3-1 lead here.
Oh!
Wow! What a game! This is just an example of like how powerful Mech Mage is versus this Paladin deck. Strifecro didn't even really do that much. It was just kind of like he had his early drops, and then he just started playing a bunch of 4 drops, and then ended up beating the crap out of him.
For lack of a better words, yes, pretty much. That is really insane. Oh
just
my god!
Super efficient minions. And now Lifecoach, he's on his last leg. He's only got Druid left. And
Wow.
Strifecro has 3 decks left. He's got Warlock, he's got Mage, and then he can revive whichever one he wants.
Oh my god. Strifecro is looking pretty. Man, 1/4s are good. That's why 1/4s are only available to a certain few classes, yeah? Unless you want to use the Naruto Rep Lord, which is like, what the heck are you doing with your life, right? So, man, this is really something.
I just can't believe that he's in a position like this where it's just so fantastic for him. I've seen people come back from stuff like this, but this is a major uphill battle for Lifecoach.
All right. I've just notified that my mic is a bit chopping now. Is it chopping still? Hello?
I mean, I can hear it. It's good. I can understand what you say. It's just not, the quality's gone down a little bit. The internet, you're having some bandwidth issues over there.
All right. So, Admirable, take this for now. I am rejoining the call.
All right. So with Druid here in this spot, it's just really unfortunate he doesn't have his coup left. Like I talked a little bit about how I wasn't a big fan of this matchup. Amaz likes the Ramp Druid versus Mech Mage matchup, but this isn't Ramp Druid versus Mech Mage. This is just fast get your Druid that's trying to beat him up as quickly as it possibly can. And so in a situation like that, he's got 2 benefits going for him. Number 1, Strifecro isn't playing with Mad Scientists and Mirror Entities, so it's not that big of a deal. And then number 2, he is playing a fast Druid. So it's like I feel like Fast Druid is like it can do well, but it has to get the right points. So here's where the major problem came is we know that Strifecro is playing Black Knight in his Mech Mage deck. So because of that, the fact that he's not playing Ramp Druid ends up being a big benefit for him.
Hello? Hello?
It sounds good now. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you so much. And there you go. So, did I miss anything? Oh, game just started. Perfect.
Well, you missed this great opening hand from Lifecoach here with the double Innervate and Keeper of the Grove.
Oh, I don't think I missed that. I can still see it right now.
Just opening 3 keep.
Yeah, that's a thing. Oh, wow. So, are we going to see a natural trick here? I mean, that's one way to win.
I don't think so. I think you're going to see him hold off. And in this matchup, I found one of the ways that I lose is when I just blast my Innervates out there and I play one big minion, and then they just use something like a Piloted Shredder, a Frostbolt, a Mechanical Yeti, whatever it's going to be, to just trade straight away into that minion, and then I don't really have anything to do afterwards. The spots where I do win, though, is when I'm using Innervates to create these like explosive turns where I'm swinging the board in my favor in a very heavy way, instead of just trying to get one early threat on the board and letting that establish dominance.
Okay, that's a very good assessment. Mech Warper's going to come down here, of course. No follow-ups for the Mech Warper just yet, but
oh gosh.
What do you want to be tempted with a Wild Growth here?
No, I don't want to be tempted with it. In fact,
no?
I just I'd much rather have drawn Wrath.
I mean, if you Wild Growth and then you have Cenarius next turn, you can play a turn for Cenarius.
Easy game.
Yep. Oh, no. Lifecoach is not going to be tempted. Gonna innervate out one of the fire drops right now. And actually, contest this Mech Warper. That's really, really dangerous, I have to say. Alright. Would you like a discounted Shredder? I think that's a pretty good deal.
I don't see him getting a better one.
No. Well, Yeti, I guess. But Yeti does die to swipe kind of badly. So, whoa. Whoa. Okay. Because, I mean, he's going to play a Lothep next turn anyways, right?
Okay, I mean, that has to be his intention, is to play Lothep next turn.
Right. Fireball here. Double Fireball already, so Strifecro already has a lot of reach. He just needs to develop some board, and he pretty much got it. So now, I guess you play the Shredder just because it's discounted, right?
It seems like the best play to me. The Mech Warper has kind of done its job at this point. Your opponents use 2 Innervates, so they're starting to run out of hand a little bit. Keeper of the Grove is a good card in this matchup, but on these kinds of board states, it's frankly not very good.
Actually, Keeper of the Grove is actually not as insane against Mech Mage. The only targets you have are like Cogmaster. That's really, really good, right?
Yeah, one of the bigger pictures I've noticed, again, this is sort of my experience with it, is that when you have like leftover minions that have like 2 health and 1 health, like these just help swing the board back in your favor, and then they also help activate Wraths for later in the game when you start drawing them. So, because ideally, if Lifecoach can get to the later stage of the game and he's at a healthy life total, I would say Druid has a pretty big advantage. The problem is not letting this board completely snowball out of control.
Now, this Blast Mage might be huge if it hits the Lothep for at least once and hits the Drake for at least twice.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The game could just stop right here. Is this Strifecro's day? What?
Oh, that is pretty brutal.
That is not the one you want to see. Now, there is still a second one where the Shredder could spawn a charge minion. We know that there's only one charge minion that does a 2-mana drop.
God, he was so close. God, can you imagine if he'd hit that Drake a second time?
Oh my god. Yeah, and it was the first hit too, so it was like, ugh. But yeah, I mean, Andy might pop out here. You never know. Andy being, of course, the Blue Guild Warrior. It's one of the ways. But then, is 4 damage to the face really good here?
Well, that's what I'm thinking about too. Like, I mean, your opponent kind of has the. Well, I guess this is also something. Is that guy more important? Which, so if he gets like something like a 3/2 swipe, would have just been devastating. I feel like maybe that's what he's thinking about.
Okay, but this is pretty devastating too, right? Keep it to growth on the 2.
Also, Wrath. If he had Azure Drake out, he could still just Wrath the Goblin Blast Mage.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, Lifecoach has a pretty good turn here. Just need to do it. Is Pilot Sky Column actually a consideration? Just because
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you have the board pretty much stabilized at this point, and so again, the keepers are not so much to like get value as much as they are to like shore up what you've been missing here. So playing the Sky Golem and then just kind of going to town and making sure that you're cleaning everything up. Yeah.
No, you pretty much need to trade this, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I would trade here for sure, but
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Cogmaster, not really the card you want to see right now. So Strifecro could play a pair of threes, or play a 501.
it's another tough spot.
Pair of threes it is, but pair of threes doesn't beat a pair of fours, and Lifecoach has a pair of fours.
Does a pair of fours beat a pair of sixes?
There are no pair of sixes, admirable.
He's got the fireballs.
No, those are pair of. Oh my god! Well, ooh, what is this?
What do you mean? He's coining up 3.
Oh yeah, pair of threes. Oh, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. Okay, I was drunk. That's it. Thank you. That was the pair of threes, exactly. That was what I meant. All right. Lifecoach here draws an Ancient of Lore on curve. It's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
Pretty good. I think he wants to see what pops out of the Sky Golem first, though.
Why?
I don't know. It might change
Just gonna
things.
trade for the 3/4, the mech right now. Like, why do you need to pop this out right now?
Are we trading for the 3/4?
Yeah, take the value trade. Are you kidding me? Take it. And it's a mech as well, right? So yeah, I think it's fine.
Gosh, I don't know. I think I like attacking the 4/4. Whoa!
Oh,
Lifecoach is sending a
third
message right
option.
now.
And wow, that is a lot of burn. That is a lot of burn.
Wow.
So
Is
you have 15
Strifecro-
damage in your hand.
Okay, let's think about this for a second, because Strifecro has a ton of damage put together, but Lifecoach just attacked you for 6.
What to do? What
Yep.
to do?
Are you thinking double Savage Roar in a position like this?
Double Savage Roar could be a win, but then you can also frostbolt your opponent, right? Like, Savage Roar is basically effectively a fireball with 2 creatures out, so 11 plus 2 fireballs is 23, so that's kind of scary. Oh man, like the thing is like, the play Lifecoach did made it so that he already said, I'm not gonna trade the 6/4 into your 4/4, right? So if you want to trade, then you have to do it yourself. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hit you for 6, right? So now Strifecro is under a little bit of pressure here. Fireball is going to be wasted on a... Well, not really wasted, but used on Ancient Lore. And Frostbolt is going to come out here as well on... Yeah, on the Sky Golem. So, yeah, pushing for 9 damage himself as well. Not too shabby.
Wow, the second Savage Raven gets drawn. Lifecoach going to have to clean up this board a little bit, though.
Yep, and that's pretty easy with the Keeper of the Grove.
Does he ever silence his own Sky Golem here, you think?
Oh man, that does not feel good though. Like if you silence it, what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna hit the face, and then your opponent's just gonna ping it off. You're not sitting on the combo just yet, so that's always a thing you need to be worrisome. I think you just play the Keeper of the Grove and ping the Panda and see what you can do with the rest of the mana. Probably just use Keeper of the Grove as well. Or maybe you can actually do silence it and go for the face. I'm not really sure.
I'm curious if there's any merit to just healing yourself for 5 too.
No, definitely not. You do want to get rid of the board here. This Keeper of the Grove is gonna bloop. Yep, and this Keeper of the Grove is gonna bloop. That's the play.
Still
Inspired
2 2 Savage Wars are still lethal here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, reversing switch on the 6/1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 8 plus 8. It'd be 16. That'd be 21 damage. You would stay alive through that.
Okay. 16 plus 5, yeah, I guess. Just 1 damage off of lethal, but I'm pretty sure Strifecro's not thinking about that right now. He's thinking about how he can kill his opponent, not how you can lose the game, right? It's kind of a race sometimes. So,
What to do? What to do?
What is Strifecro going to do? Start with attacking the face there. He could reversing switch the Spiral Tank for a free kill on the Keeper of the Grove. He's thinking about that really hard. Does he want to ping the 6-1 off here? Oh man, so many decisions to make here. Oh!
Yeah, that 6-1 is going to need to fetch something not very good. Old Murkeye might be it, though.
For the third time! It's always the Murkeye! Wait. So we have 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22.
23. He's got exact lethal.
It's a lethal with the hero bite, and then Lifecoach sees immediately double Savage Roar. Oh my god, 3 mana, 8 damage.
Strifecro was one turn off of winning, and he was 1 game away from winning this series too. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Wow. I'm speechless about this because if Strifecro had mentioned he's been up for 3 days, by the way. So
he didn't sleep for 3 days, guys. Strifecro officially has not slept for 2 days.
Yeah, that's what he's told us. So in that respect, if he reversing switches the piloted shredder and just does the exact same play he just did, except he just flings one to the face, he's still in the exact same position where he has enough damage to kill his opponent with a single attack.
Right.
But then he doesn't die to like 90% of the minions that the piloted shredder summons to 2 Savage Roars. And because your opponent attacked you for 6, the read that he had that was consistent with the way that we played was that his opponent had double Savage Roar.
Well, I mean, yeah, the thing is, like, no, it doesn't really play around double Savage Roar, right? I mean, that's not the one you're thinking.
He goes to 22 instead of to 23.
Yeah, but then that's not the one you're thinking of. You're thinking of the Force of Nature Savage Roar instead, right? Using the reversing switch on a 1/6, it was just 1 damage off of lethal. I mean, are you gonna really calculate something like that? I feel like, I'm not really sure. But we just heard from the admins that this mage is getting a revive.
Yeah, I agree with the revive here too. I want to play this Mech Mage versus Druid. I just think it's such a good matchup for Mech Mage. Now again, he's playing fast Druid, and like I think that it's like because Strifecro is running a Black Knight, it's actually better for Lifecoach that he's playing fast Druid. But if he was playing Rand Druid, Strifecro would just have him nailed because he has the Black Knight in there. Yeah,
and also another thing is that the mage Strifecro brought was not Mirror Entity Mage. It's just the pure plus Yeti plus Black Knight instead of like the Mad Scientist and Mirror Entity combo. And the Mirror Entity does do really, really well against the combo Druid. But here you go. Here is a run back. Strifecro versus Lifecoach. Strifecro only needs 1 more match to take away the series. But oh man, the wild growth in Lifecoach's hand is looking really good. And Strifecro's hand is obviously looking pretty lacking.
Yeah, I imagine Strifecro is going to be pitching away all 4 of these cards. And Lifecoach is probably going to be pitching away 2 of his.
Yeah. Alright. Well, pitching away all of these cards it is. There's an Inertron. There's a second Inertron. That's pretty good. And Lifecoach actually mulliganed already, so he's not going to pitch off anything because he already did it.
I missed that at some point.
Oh!
Fogmaster's a great draw right now.
That is the draw that you want to see.
Oh, if he plays Shaden X Ramus, the Goblin Blast Mage might be able to pick this off.
Uh-oh. You don't want to see that happen. That's also one of the big counters. Yep. The Inertia is definitely going to come out. And
oh my gosh. This could be disastrous for Lifecoach. He doesn't really have another reasonable play.
Well, swiping the Cogmaster does not seem right. Doesn't seem right at all. Oh, this is definitely super scary. The Shade has a bigger than 50% chance of dying here, so oh man.
Now, we saw Lifecoach take forever before he decided to play into Mind Control Tech last time, and this is like a much easier scenario to play around from like just a card range perspective.
True. But at the
Oh,
same time, you still want to
Strifecro-
establish the board, right?
Oh my gosh, this is such a big turn for Strifecro now. If he manages to pick off this shade with his blast mage, he's gonna be so far ahead.
Okay. This is actually favored of Strifecro. There's more than 50% chance to kill the shade right now. It's gonna go.
Oh, and he picks off this shade. He's got 9 power on the board. Lifecoach is at 5 mana. Oh my gosh, how on earth does he recover from this? Strifecro has got threat after threat after threat lined up.
And if you swipe this turn, then what is your turn 6? Your turn 6 is nothing. If you nourish right now, then are you really going to take 9 damage and expect to live? Man, that blast mage just sealed the game out at turn 3.
This is just insane. Oh. I think he's got to swipe. I don't know. How does he win the game if he swipes, though? He's got to find a way to actually win, too.
Well, if he swipes, he could fish for a 6-drop. Maybe something like a Sylvanas, for example. But then Sylvanas still means that your opponent charges you, which is really, really bad. Oh, man. Nourish is going to come down here along with Hero Power. Oh! That hurts.
What to do? I wait for no one.
This is just so bad.
Oh, gosh, it's so painful.
Nourish.
Strifecro's turns look so strong right now.
Oh, God.
Oh, and he even draws Black Knight.
Now, if Lifecoach actually changes up his plays and actually does, Drill the Claw in taunt mode as well, there's going to be bad news waiting for him. BGH,
the worst draws right now.
I can do it. Oh my God. Swipe into the Blast Mage is really the only choice here. You could Hero Power the Inertia, but heck, the Shredder is still a mech. The Cogmaster is still going to get buffed. Oh, Lifecoach is...
He could go for Doomsayer.
He could go for Doomsayer. That's true. You know what? I think you actually might want to go for it. Because the thing is, like, if you actually swipe the Shredder and actually Hero Power the Inertron, you actually remove the max, right? But then the Shredder pops something else, so that's kind of awkward too. It's good to think about.
It's just taking so much damage here. Like, he's taking 7 more, and there's going to be more stuff added to the board. I don't see it. I don't see him winning this game.
I don't see that either. And I mean, even if he does manage to draw into something insane, right? Anytime Strifecro top decks a Fireball, the game is over. I got the beast in my sights.
Frostbolt is lethal. Fireball is lethal. Frostbolt is lethal, and Strifecro is gonna win this tournament 4-2 over Lifecoach in the finals after reviving Mech Mage. Unbelievable performance from him after the claim of being up for 3 days without any sleep. This is just insane. He even uprooted an Ancient of War this tournament. I have never seen anyone uproot an Ancient of War and win a tournament. I cannot believe it. He wins 20